William and Kate last night cancelled the first major engagement of their Caribbean tour in an extraordinary queue over Indigenous rights. The royal couple were due to begin their visit to Belize with a trip to a sustainable cocoa farm tomorrow. But the charm offensive got off to a rocky start yesterday, when villagers in Indian Creek staged a protest, describing the visit as colonialism and a slap in the face. They are said to be particularly outraged that William and Kate's helicopter was given permission to land on their football field without consultation. William and Kate last night cancelled the first major engagement of their Caribbean tour in an extraordinary row over Indigenous rights. The protest was part of a long-running row across communal land rights. Last night, Kensington Palace announced that the visit to the village had been cancelled. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge allow the UK later today to fly to Belize and will enjoy an official welcome at the airport before meeting the Prime Minister. Their trip, in celebration of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, will begin tomorrow morning, and they have been given the right to travel to Indian Creek, home to less than 1,000 people. The couple planned to visit the Actail Ha cocoa farm in the foothills of the Maya Mountains, a prime example of sustainable farming. But the village of Indian Creek has been in open conflict with Flora and Fauna International, a charity that owns an adjacent, contested property. William has been the patron of FFI since 2020, the last in a line of royal family stretching back to George VI. But the charm offensive began a rocky start yesterday when villagers in Indian Creek staged a protest, describing the visit as colonialism and a slap in the face. They are said to be particularly outraged that William and Kate's helicopter was given permission to land on their football field without consultation. Picture: villagers protest in Belize. Villagers are involved in a highly emotional fight against the state and FFI, which works to protect ecosystems worldwide, over the rights to lands lost in the colonial era. Specifically, they are angry at 12,000 acres of land that agents working for FFI have said is private property and not for communal use. The surrounding Kichi Maya peoples say they have not been consulted about William and Kate's visit, and this week held a community meeting which was followed by yesterday's protest. Sebastian Schell, chairman of Indian Creek Village, said, "We do not want them to land on our land. This is the message we want to send. They could have landed anywhere but not on our land." Villagers are involved in a highly emotional fight against the state and FFI, which works to protect ecosystems worldwide, over the rights to lands lost in the colonial era. Picture: protests in Belize. The youth leader of the village, Dionisio School, said the manner in which the visit was handled raised the question of colonialism. He said, "For us, this is really right at home because of the treatment. The organizer said that we need to let them use the football field and that people come to our village and it must look good. But they did not want to reveal who. Eventually someone said that Prince William is coming to our village. Here the first matter arose. These are high-profile people, we respect them, but they also have to give respect to the church leaders. Giving church leaders commands does not sit well with the church." The indigenous Kichi Maya people say they were not consulted about William and Kate's visit and this week held a community meeting which was followed by yesterday's protest. The police refused to allow them to be protested by the finals visit to operate due to the details that read "our country" and "colonstration of Godbar." Dionisio said that although their problem was with the charity, they believe William had to take responsibility as his patron. There was no comment from Kensington Palace, but aides confirmed that the visit was now scrapped and the couple would make alternative arrangements. The police has refused to allow them to be protested by the Finnerts' visit to the place for security concerns themselves will relay in the United States with the Prince and FFI. It is understood that the visit, including the landing of the helicopter, was organized by local officials. FFI is said to have bought the land at the disputed site, Soil Creek, in December last year to protect it, fighting off interest from bidders who wanted to use it for agriculture. Sources have said that the ecological integrity of Bowden Creek is under threat, and FFI secured the country for the benefits of conservation, local communities and as a national asset for Belize as a whole. A spokesman said, FFI will conserve and protect the extraordinary wildlife of Soil Creek, while supporting the livelihoods and traditional rights of local people. Nature protection must go hand in hand with human rights to safeguard their livelihoods and to preserve their traditional and human rights. It is understood that the visit, including the landing of the helicopter, was organized by local officials. Picture: the church meeting in Belize.